Aloha, I'm Chris Berman, and coming up on ESPN, as the song goes, the weather outside is frightful. Not snow, but the rain coming down in buckets out of the stadium. We'll see how much this affects both teams' passing game. My guess, a lot. Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers. This ought to be good.
Still fans making their way through the turnstiles. They'll be just in time to catch the start of this game. Welcome, everybody, to San Francisco, California. I'm Dan Stevens. My accomplice, Peter O'Keefe, is here beside me. And, Peter, we've got a bit of a mismatch between these two teams, at least on paper.
Well, it certainly looks that way, Dan. Definitely have a big challenge in front of them to win this game, Dan. However, don't count them out because they're not going down without a fight. We'll see if they can pull off this upset today.
And now let's go down to the coin toss. Hasselbeck unloads this one to the left, and it's Hasselbeck tips it to the left sideline, and it's caught it. Good. Tags the missile. Barlow gets the handoff and heads left. Right down.
Here comes the counter.
Well, look at those last year numbers there. That's great production.
Bate throws a heater, and it's the ball's loose. The Seahawks have it. Tackled at the 35. Ingram goes in motion. Hasselbeck throws a beauty. Hasselbeck throws a bullet here, and it's intercepted. Dragged down at the 46.
Check out the interception here on the replay, Dan. Watch how he reacts to get in the ball's path. Nice. That's how you make the INT, baby.
Boy, Barlow takes. Bate fires this one over the middle, and the catch. Barlow gets the toss and runs into traffic. Tackled up. Beasley carries it back. Bernard makes. Tackled at the fourth start at their own 14-yard line. Peterson.
You're absolutely right, Dan. But if there's one guy on this defense that can stick with the ball and make the play, it was him.
Ingram reels in the football and tries to get free. Gets the sack, and the clock will continue to run.
Bryant Young gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this. Oh, yeah. That's
Hasselbeck zings it to the right side, and it's Barlow will get the carry on first down and heads wide left. Breaks free, tackled, and the clock will continue to run. That will bring up first down.
Kevin Barlow lowered his shoulder to make the play here. That's how you break through a tackle, baby.
A beautiful pickup, Peter. Everyone on the offense is happy about that play.
Definitely.
Bate passes this one after the play action. This one will fall incomplete. It'll be fourth down. Here, this drive begins at their own 29-yard line. Robinson grabs the fastball. The Seahawks. Hasselbeck uncourses to the left sideline, and Robinson hauls it in right side. Jackson grabs the rope right side, and he's in for the score.
Darrell Jackson answers this catch with a little move. Right there. I love to watch him work.
That's his first touchdown of the day.
And I think he's a guy you can count on to make those end zone catches.
Here's the extra point, and embarrassingly, he misses it. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Seahawks are out in front 6-0. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer? Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
Wilson makes the catch on the right side. Second down, tight end to the left. Johnson catches it left sideline, and Barlow carries it for the ninth time. Fumble. They get it back. Tubbs. Conway makes the catch. Johnson snags the dart right side. Bates takes it. Dragged down. Jackson catches the heater left sideline and is at the 45, 20, 10, 5,
touchdown.
And touchdown.
Oh, yeah, let's go, let's go.
Darrell Jackson makes the catch, but watch here what he does after the completion. Caught and now fight for more yards. You can't coach that.
That's his second TD reception, and obviously the pass. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Seahawks enjoying the lead 13-0. Wistrom gets the sack way back. Alexander is at the... Stevens makes the catch. Alexander gets the call again, and...
No, we stop. Okay, bring him out. Bring him out. Bring out the chains.
Not even close. Not even close. No first, baby. No first. Yeah, no first, baby. No first. Man.
Alexander will get the carry on third down and gets the first down.
Right there.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Seahawks come out on top 13-0. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Seahawks stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's check in with our player of the game, a guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Darrell Jackson is standing by with our Susie Calver. Susie?
Thank you, Chris. You really came up big, and you helped your team put this game away. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
I have to give a lot of credit to our offensive line. Those guys often get overlooked, and they bring in every single game. I think that their hustle was a big part of us coming out on top.
Back to you, Chris.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Lions walk away with a 6-point victory. The Bengals won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the AFC North. Steve Smith stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Tiki Barber ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Giants beat the Bears. Seahawks, 49ers. Darrell Jackson came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Seahawks win this one by the final score of 13-0. By the coal mines of Pittsburgh, we had the Steelers lose by 6 points. Down at Pro Player Stadium, we had the Dolphins come away with a decisive 10-point win. The Broncos got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Invesco Field at Mile High. Patriots, Rams. Corey Dillon is always a threat. They're at the 1-yard line and touchdown. The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 20-17. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Nicholas Harper sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. He's suffering from symptoms of a concussion, and he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Warwick Dunn might be the biggest loss on this list. A frightening moment for the NFL, but doctors are saying the spinal injury he suffered will heal in time, which is certainly good news. He's out for the rest of the season. On to the serious news of the week. ND Kalu is done for the year as he'll watch the rest of the season from the sidelines, and they'll be scrambling now to find someone that can fill his shoes. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Rodney Harrison will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Ravens win their 4th game of the year. The Buccaneers won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Falcons. The Vikings lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC North. Phillip Rivers had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. And in our final game, we had the Bills come away victorious.
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Jamie Duncan will be playing his football elsewhere, though perhaps not for as much as he would have liked. 3 years, $2.2 million. This guy is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 2 years, $1.0 million.
So we're more or less at the midpoint of our season, things starting to take shape just a bit in our playoff race. Here's the men that got my prime-time players game balls. If they get their way, we will see them come postseason. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.